Hey guys, so I haven't filmed a video in over a week, and mainly it's because I really wanted to be respectful to, you know, everything that's going on right now with George Floyd and Black Lives Matter and all the protests. And I really wanted to take this time mainly to spread awareness, talk about it on Twitter and Instagram, and to sign petitions and donate and, you know, really try to have these tough conversations with people in my life and helping them to understand how all of us as non-Black people have been really not doing well as allies and how we can do better. So I have gotten a lot of messages from a lot of non-Black friends and followers and people either on Twitter or Instagram asking me how they can be a better ally. And, you know, it's really hard to try to give them advice, mainly because I feel like even I'm still learning how to be a good ally. I'm still learning every single day, and I will continue to learn how to be a better ally. And I can't give them a definitive, like, this is how you do it, you know, and I don't want to be that person that, like, gives bad advice. And I feel like a lot of people have been learning over this past week, finally, you know, what it really takes to be anti-racist, to stand with Black Lives Matter, to put their money where their mouths are, and, you know, how to make genuine systemic change. And I never want to be the kind of person who is speaking over Black people. I never want that to be a thing that, you know, is synonymous with me and my name, my channel, whatever. I want to be here and boost Black people and their voices, and I want to make sure that they are heard over my voice or any other non-Black person's voice. So I think that's like my main goal in all of this, and it always has been my main goal for as long as I can remember. And really what I tell people when they ask me how they can be better allies, what they should be doing, it's mainly listening to, you know, their Black friends, the people that they follow who are Black. I feel like that's really where a lot of people stumble when they're trying to be allies, when they're trying to learn how to be anti-racist, is that they're not listening. You know, a lot of the things that Black people say are going in one ear and out the other, and it doesn't stick. And for some reason, non-Black people feel like they know what's best and that their feelings are above the feelings of Black people. Even if, you know, they won't admit it, even if they, you know, claim that they're anti-racist or claim that, you know, I would never be anti-Black, whatever, they're still putting their feelings over the feelings of Black people. And, you know, when Black people are saying like, hey, I don't really like when you do this thing, I really don't feel like this is helpful, you have to listen. It's just something that we have to do. You know, I feel like we've all had those lessons, and it's really important also to watch other non-Black people and how they react to being called out, or how they react to being told, hey, this isn't helpful, by other Black people. And I feel like that's like necessary to watch other people's stumbling blocks, how they react, and how you can do better if you are put in that same situation. I feel like, you know, some of the best lessons you can learn are those from watching other people go through mistakes. I feel like some of the best lessons are those that you learn from other people making mistakes. And that's also really important, is just, you know, keeping an eye out, being really, you know, aware of what's going on around you, and also being self-aware. Because no matter how good of an ally you think that you are, or no matter how anti-racist you think that you are, you can always do better. You can always improve. And even I am improving within these past few days. And, you know, you never, as a non-Black person, have it figured out. Even if you're a person of color, even if you are a marginalized ethnicity, a marginalized sexuality, a marginalized gender, you are never going to fully understand the experiences of Black people, and you will always continuously need to do better. And getting defensive and shutting down and crying and all these other things are not helpful, and they're not going to get you to the place where you can be a better ally, where you can be productive, where you can be helpful. You know, I see so many people, so many white people, like, you know, I feel like the biggest example right now is Rachel Marie, and, you know, her shutting down, her giving these like very empty and insincere apologies are not helpful. And I feel like it's really apparent that non-Black people need these lessons. They need to be shown like this is not acceptable behavior. This is not how you act as an ally. This is not how you act as someone who's anti-racist. And these behaviors need to be shut down. And that's not bullying. It's not bullying to call someone out for, you know, their racism. Whether it's covert or not, it needs to be called out, and that is not bullying. Telling someone, hey, this isn't right, this is fetishizing, this is racist, this is really not helpful, that's not bullying. And I've seen so many Black creators like Mayana, and I'll link her down below because she's amazing, and I'll link a bunch of other Black creators that I love down below, but I've seen her get so much hate, you know, especially anonymously, and I think that that's disgusting. And as someone who reads guru gossip pretty regularly, and I have for the past couple of months, it's very clear that most of her hate, if not all of her hate, is coming from guru gossip. And I can tell because I can tell the same sort of, you know, typing patterns and writing patterns, you know, they're very, very similar. And so it's super clear that guru gossip is behind a lot of the hate that Mayana is getting, if not all of it. And I think that that's a discussion that we need to have. You know, I don't mind guru gossip. You know, if you need to rant about whatever, that's fine with me. But I have noticed increasingly that guru gossip is a place where anti-Black racists can thrive, and where they are excused, and where they are welcome. And that's a really big issue. I am not going to stand for guru gossip being a place where people can be openly racist. And also it was super disappointing to watch, you know, a lot of people on guru gossip, you know, defend a lot of really big white creators for not saying anything, for not using their platform. And these are creators that they don't even like. Like, you're going to defend white creators that you don't even like, you talk shit about all the time. Like, is your racism really that deep? Is your racism really that important that you're going to defend creators that you don't even like merely because they're white and you feel like they need to be protected for some god-awful reason? Like, where do you get off? So yeah, I just really wanted to make this super casual video, just kind of talking a lot about, you know, how to be a better ally, what it takes, you know, how to be anti-racist. And I feel like really most of it comes down to listening. Like I said, listening, being self-aware, being aware of the people around you, you know, taking in the lessons that other people are learning, and just, you know, dedicating yourself to educating yourself. So many non-Black people are just, you know, so ready to complain about Black people not educating them on, you know, what they need to know, how to be anti-racist, how to be an ally, and that is not their job. That responsibility needs to be put on you to educate yourself. No one held my hand, and I knew that that wasn't anyone's job to hold my hand. I did all the education for myself. I made that happen for myself because I decided that I would not sit idly by and let people be racist and let people be anti-Black and let cops brutalize Black people every day and not get caught and not have any sort of repercussion. So when I decided that for myself, that opened up doors for educating myself and doing better. No one held my hand. I never asked someone to be like, hey, can you educate me on this? I used Google. Google is free. I had the opportunity to go to a city college and take courses on ethnic studies, on, you know, all these different topics relating to race issues. I read the books, I read the textbooks, I, you know, listened to people's firsthand experiences. I think, you know, that is where you learn so much, is by listening to people and their firsthand experiences. And on top of that, just believing people. I feel like there's so many times when Black people will tell you their experience and a non-Black person will come in and say, that's not real, that didn't happen. What's the background? What's, you know, what happened before that? And that's not productive. That's not helpful. That's not being a good ally. you know, take education into your own hands. Don't wait for someone to hold your hand and coddle you into educating you. That's just not going to happen. And believe people when they say something happened. You know, it costs you absolutely nothing to believe someone and to be empathetic. This should not be as hard as it is, and I'm so incredibly disappointed with the people in this community who have shown that they don't have that empathy, that they don't have that understanding, and that they are absolutely against educating themselves. That makes me upset. That makes me angry. That makes me frustrated, and I cannot imagine the anger and frustration that Black creators feel, because I'm sure that it is on a completely other level compared to my anger and frustration. So guys, please, I really hope that you're listening to Black creators out there. Don't just listen to me. I've gotten so many new followers on Twitter recently, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of them. However, please make sure that you're also following Black creators who are making this content and putting in the work and doing it even though they don't even have to. They shouldn't have to. But they're doing it anyway, and we need to thank them and we need to listen to them. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Black Lives Matter, ACAB. I am 100% behind all of you, and I really want all of my non-Black friends, followers, subscribers, whatever, to do better. Educate yourself, listen, be someone who is open to changing. I know it's hard, but do it. It's so worth it. Learn empathy, educate yourself, like I said, listen to people and their experiences, and listen to people when they tell you that you're not doing a good job. And don't make those criticisms personal, because they're not personal. And it's not until you make it personal that it becomes personal. So just take those criticisms, you know, do some self-reflection, be self-aware, and then change. Make those changes, because, you know, your Black friends and followers, they deserve that from you. That's what they deserve from you. Also, to any of my Black friends and subscribers and followers, please let me know when I'm being a bad ally. Please call me out. Please feel free to do any of that. I promise you that I will not react with, you know, being defensive or anything like that. I really, really am open to learning, and I always want to be open to learning. And this is not something that's going to go away, you know, in a week, in a month, in a year even. This is not something that's going to be fixed in a short amount of time. So to all my non-Black friends, followers, subscribers, please don't lose momentum. Please continue to talk about these issues. We need your voices, we need your platform, and change cannot happen without everyone, you know, putting in their effort. And I know it feels like, oh, I'm one person, I can't change everything. But you can help change everything. So, you know, just think of that, be good people, learn empathy, educate yourself, and listen. Those are the most important things. So I will have a bunch of links down below. If, you know, I'll try to organize them correctly. And this video also won't be monetized, so there's that as well. I really, you know, don't feel the need to monetize this video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, you know, learned something, hopefully. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.